Hello and welcome to Friday. It is very late once again, and I am not holding myself responsible. I'm blaming my friends who held me hostage. Anyway, for how late it is. It's Friday ish. And I actually wanted to talk about something that I read today. This was at the recommendation of a friend and another friend, and well, that recommendation would be Bitterroot. Bitterroot is a comic series created by a David F. Walker, Sanford Green, and Chuck Brown. It is a 15-issue comic, and it's a good one. I read the Omnibus Book 1, which is all 15 issues combined into one. And this was a story that one of my friends has a personal connection with. Sanford Green. He personally knows Sanford Green. His mother taught him in high school, which is super neat, and he's a big fan of his work. And you know, I was told that this is an extremely good comic. It takes place in the 1920s in Black Harlem, and it's essentially just like a monster hunter story where you have, a black family connected with the roots, which is like magic kind of stuff, and they are either monster hunters or this family specifically tries to heal the monsters, and it's their story about how this family tree, like what's going on, and like kind of like a disaster that unfolds. You get to experience the story like days and years in advance. It's wild sci-fi stuff that can only really be told in a comic form. I did see that they might be doing a movie adaptation of it, and it's super super good. I'm usually not a fan of comics. Like, I didn't read too much manga growing up, and I never really got into comics as a kid. I was always the more video game oriented or TV show or movie, or like I never really got into like books or anything. And I've been pushing myself to do that more. I kind of read through a book today, kind of in a sense that I just read the words and like didn't string them together in any meaningful way. But it this one, like, I definitely try to like immerse myself in a story, and it's an extremely good one. Again, I don't want to get too much into spoilers. Again, I pretty much said that all I really need to say. 1920s Black Harlem, where you have monster hunters, people who can quote unquote turn into monsters, and you have those people fighting monsters, and it just like escalates further and further each issue, and it's just nuts. And it's for a first comic, it's a really good one, and I've heard amazing things about it by several people. So this omnibus version actually has like kind of reviews and like stories about it, and like the forward in it was just incredible. It's just like there are sounds that you never forget as a sci-fi lover and fantasy enthusiast. And like the person, he says the first comic I heard was a Daredevil issue, and like the second one, like that was when he was a kid, and the second uh he says, I never fully heard a comic again until the fall of 2019 when he started reading Bitterroot, and that's just an insane review. So yeah, go read it. Go find a comic shop, go visit your local comic shop, find it. It's a very popular one, so you probably shouldn't have too hard time finding it. It's very good. That's the best I can say about it. I'm not a comic reviewer. I'm not a media book reviewer, but we'll get there at some point. I need to learn how to do that, and we'll get there in due time. Regardless, that's what we're gonna call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.